The Patriot League Anaconda Player of the Week in men's basketball is C.J. McCollum of Lehigh. The sophomore guard continued his outstanding run of success in weekly awards by winning his third consecutive Player of the Week honor. It is the 12th weekly award of his collegiate career. McCollum wins this week's honor largely for his performance in a 91-78 win at Marist Friday. He poured in 35 points with 9 rebounds, 6 steals, and 3 assists in the game, and put together a solid shooting performance by going 10 of 20 from the field, 6 of 11 from three-point range, and 9 of 10 at the foul line. McCollum had 15 points and 6 rebounds in an 84-78 loss at Quinnipiac Tuesday, and is averaging 27 points per game in his last 6 contests to build his scoring average to 22.8 for the season. The Patriot League Anaconda Rookie of the Week in men's basketball is Mackey McKnight of Lehigh. The freshman guard had a pair of solid outings last week to earn his first Patriot League Anaconda Rookie of the Week award. He averaged 14 points and 6.5 assists in Lehigh's 2 games, doing the bulk of the work with career highs of 24 points and 7 assists in an 84-78 loss at Quinnipiac Tuesday. He added 4 points and 6 assists without a turnover in Lehigh's 91-78 win over Marist Friday. McKnight is second in the Patriot League with 4.4 assists per game and has averaged 5.3 assists over Lehigh's past 6 games. The Patriot League Anaconda Player of the Week in women's basketball is Courtney Dentler of Lehigh. The senior forward scored a career-best 21 points against St. Peter's Tuesday and had 13 points and 9 rebounds against NJIT. On Saturday, she helped Lehigh cap off a perfect 3-0 week with 14 points and another 9 boards as the Mountain Hawks ran away from Wagner. Dentler averaged 16 points and 6.3 rebounds per game for the week, narrowly missing 2 double-doubles when she came up a rebound shy against both the Highlanders and the Seahawks. The Patriot League Anaconda Rookie of the Week in women's basketball is Danielle Fiacco of Lafayette. The freshman averaged 11.5 points, 12 rebounds, and 5 blocks per game as Lafayette went 2-0 last week with victories over Manhattan and LaSalle. The 6'7" center posted the first double-double of her career against the Jaspers with 12 points and 13 rebounds, while picking up 6 blocks in the Leopards' come-from-behind 53-50 win. She was rewarded with the first start of her collegiate career Saturday against LaSalle and promptly recorded another double-double with 11 points and 11 rebounds to go with 4 more blocks. C.J. McCollum scored 35 points to lead Lehigh to a 91-78 win over Marist Friday. McCollum also had 9 rebounds, 6 steals, and 3 assists to spur a 53-point second half. Fellow sophomore Holden Greiner had career highs of 19 points and 11 rebounds for his first career double-double, and Gabe Knutson added 15 points. Lehigh was down by 1 point at halftime and had a 75-74 lead with 5:18 left when it took over on a 10-0 run spurred by 5 points from both McCollum and Greiner. Navy led for the majority of the second half at Mercer, but saw a 66-60 lead vanish in the final 5 minutes as it was outscored 13-2 down the stretch and lost 73-68. Mercer tied the score on a pair of free throws with 1:11 left and scored the game-winning bucket with 11 seconds to go. O.J. Owaro missed a layup that would have tied the score with 4 seconds left, and Mercer hit 2 free throws to seal the win. Jordan Sugars led the Mids with 23 points and 7 rebounds off the bench, making 8 of 13 shots and 6 of 10 three-pointers. Mark Veazey scored 15 points, and Greg Brown added 10. The Black Knights opened up a 46-34 lead early in the second half at Dartmouth, but the Big Green chipped away and eventually came all the way back for a 71-68 win Saturday. Dartmouth went up 1 at 65-64 with 2:13 left, but Army reclaimed the edge on its possession on a layup by Jordan Springer with 1:45 to play. The Big Green tied the score at 66 on a free throw 14 seconds later and went ahead for good on a pair of foul shots with 52 seconds left. Ella Ellis led the Black Knights with 14 points, and Julian Simmons scored 10. Lafayette had its 3-game winning streak snapped as a comeback bid at Long Island fell short in an 85-80 loss Saturday. The Leopards trailed by 15 points early in the second half, but fought back and cut the gap to 4 with 6 minutes to play. Lafayette got within 2 points twice in the final 30 seconds, but Long Island responded with a pair of foul shots each time. Jared Mintz led the Leopards with 18 points, Jim Maurer and Tony Johnson scored 13, and Rob Delaney added 10. Colgate fell 100-43 at number 8 Syracuse Saturday. The Raiders scored 35 points in the second half after trailing 46-8 at the break. Joe Hoban led Colgate with 14 points, but the Raiders lost to the Orange for the 45th straight time. Holy Cross played a very tough Fairfield team to a tie in the first half on Sunday at the Hart Center, but the Stags pulled away in the second half for a 71-60 victory that dropped the Crusaders to 0-8 on the season. Fairfield opened the game up throughout the second half by shooting 54%. Andrew Beinert led the Crusaders with 19 points, including 5 threes, and Andrew Keister had a double-double with 10 points and 10 rebounds. Navy went without a field goal for a nearly 9-minute stretch of the second half as Princeton downed the mid 74-61 at Jadwin Gym Friday. Angela Myers tied game highs with 21 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists, and Cassie Considine poured in 14 points, and Alex Membrino added 11. Audrey Bauer hit a layup with 14:33 remaining to bring Navy to within 49-46, but the next time the Mids hit a shot from the field, the Tigers had already rattled off a 16-2 run during an 8+ minute span to build a 65-48 lead with 6:09 left. Lehigh extended its winning streak to 6 games, the longest of any league team this season, with a 76-58 win over Wagner at Stabler Arena Saturday. Senior Erica Prosser scored a game-high 16 points and posted a season-best 8 assists for the Mountain Hawks. Courtney Dentler added 14 and Emily Gratch pitched in 13. The teams were tied 28-28 late in the first half, but Lehigh outscored the Seahawks 48-30 the rest of the way. Lafayette scored its 3rd straight victory with a 60-51 decision over LaSalle Saturday at Kirby Sports Center in Easton. Senior Lauren Jackson led the Leopards again with a team-best 17 points, and freshman center Danielle Fiacco continued her impressive play with her 2nd consecutive double-double with 11 points and 11 rebounds, while adding 4 blocks in the first start of her career. The Leopards built a 35-26 halftime lead and maintained that advantage in the second half, despite shooting only 29.7% over the final 20 minutes. Sophomore Jasmine Lynch scored a team-best 22 points, but Colgate's second-half rally came up short in a 77-70 loss at Bryant Saturday. The Raiders trailed 38-27 at halftime, and Bryant built its lead to as many as 17 with 11:25 remaining in the contest. Colgate used a 10-0 run to pull to within 66-61 with 5 minutes left and cut it to 68-66 a minute 20 later, but the Raiders could not find the equalizer. Senior Taylor Waynert also reached double digits in points with 18, while posting a team-best 7 rebounds. Erin Anthony recorded her 4th double-double of the season with 12 points and 17 rebounds, and 3 teammates reached double figures in points, but Army fell 69-65 at Quinnipiac Saturday in Hamden, Connecticut. Jessie Quafford scored all 12 of her points on 3-pointers, and Laura Baronic and Molly Yardley added 12 and 11 points respectively. Leading 16-8 a little more than 5 minutes into the game, the Black Knights could not hold the lead and trailed 43-32 at the half. Playing from behind in the second, Army clipped the deficit to 1 2 separate times, including 61-60 with 6:48 left when Anthony hit a jumper, but the Bobcats responded with a 6-0 run to put the game away.